He lived honestly his entire life. He worked hard, followed rules, and never cheated anyone. Still, life never rewarded him, and in the end, it took just one greedy thought to destroy everything. Most people believe failure comes from bad luck, unfair systems, or cruel circumstances. But many lives collapse because of something far smaller, a single thought left unchecked. This is not a story about criminals or villains. It is about temptation and how quietly it enters the mind of even a good person. Many years ago, in a small forgotten town, lived a young man named Jake. His life was painfully predictable. Every morning, before the town fully woke up, Jake stepped outside his small house and walked the same roads. He visited shops, workshops, warehouses, anywhere work might exist. Some days, someone hired him for a few hours. Most days, people turned him away with polite excuses or tired faces. When Jake returned home empty-handed, he cooked a very simple meal and ate in silence. At night, he lay on his bed staring at the ceiling, listening to the sounds of other houses, laughter, conversation, comfort. He wondered when his life would finally change. Poverty had become familiar, but disappointment still hurt. People around Jake made different choices. Some of his old friends were no longer struggling. They had found money through lies, manipulation, or shortcuts. They mocked Jake's honesty and called him foolish. They told him survival mattered more than principles. Jake listened, but he didn't follow. He believed losing money was better than losing integrity. Honesty was the only thing he felt he truly owned. One evening, after another long day of rejection, Jake walked home slowly, his shoulders heavy. That was when he heard a weak voice from behind asking for help. He turned around and saw an old man standing beside 3 large duffel bags. The man looked tired, fragile, and alone. His hands shook as he leaned on one bag for support. The old man asked if someone could help him carry one bag to the next village. Jake didn't hesitate. He agreed immediately. When Jake lifted the first bag, he staggered. It was far heavier than he expected. The old man calmly explained it was filled with bronze coins. Jake adjusted the strap, steadied himself, and continued walking. As they moved forward, the old man watched him closely. His eyes weren't careless, they were searching. Jake noticed the stares but stayed calm. He had nothing to hide. Soon, they reached a shallow river. Without hesitation, Jake stepped into the water and crossed easily. The old man stopped at the edge, breathing heavily. He explained that crossing with 2 heavy bags could kill him. He asked Jake to carry another bag across the river. Before handing it over, he asked Jake to promise he wouldn't run away. Jake felt insulted. Still, he controlled himself. The old man explained that the second bag contained silver coins. Jake nodded, took the bag, and crossed the river. He placed it gently on the ground and waited. The old man observed him carefully, as if testing patience itself. They continued walking until the road narrowed and rose into a hill. The surroundings grew quiet. The old man stopped once more. His voice dropped lower now. He said the final bag contained gold, real gold. Enough to change a man's life forever. He admitted that if Jake ran now, no one could ever stop him. For the first time, Jake felt resistance inside his chest. He spoke firmly about his past. He described leaving a job rather than lying about numbers. He described choosing hunger over dishonor. The old man listened without reacting. After a long silence that felt heavier than the bags themselves, he handed Jake the final bag and asked him to walk ahead and wait on the other side of the hill. Jake began walking alone. With every step forward, the old man appeared smaller behind him. The road felt unusually silent. The wind slowed, and Jake's thoughts grew louder. A thought appeared quietly. He's old. He can't chase you. Another thought followed quickly. You've suffered enough. Jake imagined his life without worrying. Full meals, warm clothes, a respectable home, people listening when he spoke. Another image appeared: marriage, comfort, dignity. For the first time in his life, honesty felt costly. Pause here and ask yourself honestly, Standing alone with everything you've ever wanted, would you wait or would you run? Answer in the comments. Jake stopped walking. His heart pounded, his hands shook. He felt torn between the man he had always been and the future he could steal. 1 second passed, then another. He ran. He ran until his lungs burned. He ran without looking back. When he reached home, he locked the door, dropped the bags, and ripped them open with shaking hands. His excitement collapsed instantly. There was no bronze, no silver, no gold, only stones. His breathing grew shallow. Inside one bag lay a folded letter. He opened it slowly. The letter revealed the truth. The old man was the king of the land. He had no family, no heir. He had spent years searching for an honest successor. The bags were never about money, they were tests of character. If Jake had waited, he would have inherited a kingdom. Jake collapsed to the ground. He sat there for a long time, staring at the stones scattered across the floor. His mind replayed every step he had taken on that road, every second where he could have stopped himself. The silence felt heavier than the bags ever did. For the first time in his life, Jake understood that regret is not loud or dramatic. It is quiet, patient, and permanent. Days passed, then weeks. The regret didn't fade. Every empty road reminded him, every sunrise reminded him. He returned to the hill again and again, hoping for forgiveness or another chance. None ever came. His entire life, honesty had guided him. But one greedy thought destroyed the greatest opportunity he would ever receive. Thoughts become decisions, decisions become actions, actions become destiny. Jake didn't lose his future because he was poor. He lost it because temptation spoke and he listened. Before you leave, remember this: the most dangerous mistakes in life don't begin with actions. They begin quietly inside the mind. If this story stayed with you, share it with someone you care about. And subscribe to FableGlow, because the next story might warn you before it's too late.